Alright, and hello everybody, I'm the Super27 and welcome to another Dokkan Battle video. We are now into Stage 2 of the Movie Hero Supreme Magnificent Spectacle. If we look over here, we're going up against Goku and Piccolo. Now this is from the Dead Zone movie. Now, we thought that this unit could potentially EZA during this celebration. I guess that's technically not out of the ballpark. Unless, I mean, it's less likely now that it's just pure Broly themed. And as far as I'm aware, none of the Broly movie units are a, like, Saviors category, unit. So probably the reason that this unit got, like, their assets updated was for the, virtual battlefield, as well as probably this stage right here. This is actually the first time I think that this unit has been a boss. But if we're looking here, 100 million HP, actually less than stage 1. Slightly higher normal, slightly higher defense. They get 30% attack and debuff by 50% on their super. So they're roughly like a 1.7. But then they're hitting you with this. So this super might not look that scary, only being a 1.7. But the debuff, you're essentially taking double that damage. So that could potentially be a little bit scary. And then they can actually super twice per turn. Okay, and their cooldown is only 2, so they could super slot 1, do 2 attacks, and then super slot 1 again. They cannot be sealed nor stunned, but they can be offensively debuffed. Interesting, interesting. So, we're going to try rocking this team, because if you didn't see the last video, I was a little bit interested to see how this unit would perform next to this unit, just to see, like, if the links could overcome the orb complications that they have with each other, but this shouldn't be too difficult. If it is, we'll swap back to the video that we used last time. But let's just go ahead and dive in, because we do have like some very incredible powerhouses on here. We're not going to have a lot of type advantage, though. We actually don't have a single STR unit on the team, which could potentially be a little bit troublesome. Oh, but we actually have Tech Ultimate Gohan and Evokin, both of whom can actually debuff the enemy on their super attacks. Now, the question of the day is, does Tech Ultimate Gohan get cooked in slot 1? What is the starter turn defense? Tech Ultimate Gohan might get cooked in slot 1. If he gets double supered, 100%. Now, if he gets to super attack beforehand and puts on a nasty debuff, like several nasty debuffs, we should be fine, because even though they're raising by 30%, I believe that he debuffs by 50%. So that's what we want to see. We want to get at least a triple super turn out of Ultimate Gohan here. That is what we are aiming for. That's what we want to see. Launch another one. That was a normal. All right, now hit a potential system. Come in and cook for me, baby. Let's go. So that's also quite a few stacks for him. So he's going to look not as impressive on turn 3. What I've come to find when using Ultimate Gohan is generally turn 1 is like the best he looks in terms of tanking, because not only does he have the guard, but he does also have the 30% damage reduction. Yeah, 200k, I mean, that is a little dicey, I suppose, but there are worse things that can happen. If he does super SSBE here, SSBE is going to be taking literally 0 damage. Gogeta would probably get cooked, not gonna lie. Gogeta would take a lot of damage. So hopefully if he is going to super again this turn, it will actually be against SSBE. I do feel pretty comfortable with him being able to tank, especially after, you know, being post-super. And he does have the guard and the 50% damage reduction, but we did not get that. So there's 2 attacks there in that final slot. If one of them is a super, I'm just going to say that we're outright dead. I have started to run into this issue a lot with Gogeta. Like, Gogeta's base form, it's weak. There's really no way around it. Like, he doesn't do very impressive damage like Broly's base form, as well as it's hard to keep him from dying. Like the other day when I was running him in that brand new Broly difficult fight, during like the fast forwarded section, I had Gogeta die so many times. It was embarrassing for a brand new summonable unit, in my opinion. That is a hidden potential system dodge, by the way, baby. What were the odds of that? What were the odds of that? I actually don't know how much dodge I have on my Gogeta. Like 3%, maybe? Literally, that was a 3% chance right there. Correctly build your units, chat. Correctly build your units. So, this is actually pretty scary. I do think that we want to do this, because this is going to give immense support to the entire team. But now we need to really like lock in and try to get as many orbs as possible. That's going to get them not only to 24 key, but they are getting at least 2 additionals, each of which have a 50% chance of being a super. Now, they do have type disadvantage, which is why I'm a little bit afraid. But we got, what, 20 orbs with Wait, does that just mean that they got 140% defensive support? Hold on. Because I believe that unit's ability is 7%. Hold on. We're just gonna pull them up. I'm not going to say what I think it is. I am just gonna outright pull up this unit's support. Let's see. How is it worded? So, plus an additional 20% defense per key sphere obtained, and all allies 7% defense for 2 turns per physical key sphere obtained. All right. So we did get quite a few of those right there. I don't actually know the exact breakdown of how many we got, but that was several. I didn't even get to see the trio attack. I was looking at the wiki, so I didn't get to see how much damage they did or how much damage they tanked. Well, that is embarrassing, because that's the whole reason I brought them here, and by the looks at how much damage we're doing, we're not gonna get to turn 4. We'll probably kill on this upcoming turn, I would imagine. Because we're getting debuffs right here. Like, even if this guy's super attacks, we're just debuffing him faster than he's able to, like, also put offensive pressure on us. We have SSB, who, like, yeah, he has type disadvantage, but if we get him to 24 key, all of his supers will be crits, or, you know, if the first one isn't a crit, if we're not able to get him to the full 24 key, all the attacks thereafter are guaranteed to be crits. That's one of my favorite abilities of his. So let's actually see how this unit tanks. So this is with, like, so many debuffs. I would imagine they're completely fine. Like, maybe 100k, if that. Oh my god, they double stage attacked. Yeah, this fight is nothing noteworthy at all. Let's do that right there. Again, let's get as many physical orbs as possible. That is 5 right there. If we don't kill this turn, we are going to see the standby next turn utterly nuke. That is 88 charges. Okay, Tech Ultimate Gohan again. Tech Ultimate Gohan can get caught on turn 3. That is by far his weakest turn, because he just has the guard and whatever stacks he has from turn 1. 200k, which still isn't that bad, but that is a little bit deceptive because of how many debuffs that we had applied to him. So I'm going to say that that is pretty good tanking because of the team build we had, but I don't know. I don't really think that we should be... Because how much is that again? So it's 1.48 plus 30%, and he cuts ours in half. So, because we have guard, we kind of counteract the 50% debuff, kind of, because we have type advantage, essentially. So, I don't know how exactly the math on that works out, but we can pretend that that was pretty impressive. I mean, because technically it was, but I feel like the debuffs had a lot to do with that. Actually, is that impressive, seeing as we had all that defensive support from the prior rotation? I don't know. Would you guys consider that impressive? I actually would say probably no. All things considered, all right, these guys are going to be fine as well, because, again, we have all the debuffs, and we have the defensive support, and they get the extra 30% defense, 30% damage reduction when they are targeted by a super. All right, SSBE, I'm going to ask you politely to hold back a little bit here, because I really want to see this finish attack do a bajillion damage. He's not, we're killing right here. All right, that fight was actually way easier than stage 1. Now, that might have just been because of the team build. I don't entirely know, but that was a cakewalk. That was pretty easy, all things considered. Very interesting design, though, I guess. Having him double super. I mean, I could see him being like trickier if you brought like a weaker team in here, but I mean that's just how powerful we are nowadays, I suppose. Like, stuff like that really isn't too troublesome. I mean, outside of Tech Ultimate Gohan, but again, he was fine because we're able to debuff a fight like this. If we couldn't debuff him, Tech Ultimate Gohan probably would have been dead there. But because we are able to debuff him, we were able to survive. So, I think with that, that is just going to be all for this time, guys. I've been the Supro27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming PNG YouTuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a Twitter, a Twitch, a TikTok, and a YouTube, the links of which can all be found in the description of this video. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, share me around, and leave me a comment, positive, negative, or indifferent. I would love just any sort of interaction I can get from you guys. Let me know, what did you think about this brand new stage? Do you think it really adds anything? It really shakes up the meta in any way, shape, or form? Personally, I don't think so. I mean, it's fun. I do kind of like how this fight and the other fight were designed, but they're kind of designed in a way that if the fights drag on for a pretty long time, they do get difficult, but we just have too many powerhouse. Like, I'm not even really bringing a full powerhouse team here. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you could say that. Because Tech Ultimate Gohan is really the only unit on the team who can't do, insane levels of damage. Although I guess Gogeta can't either till he transforms, but the fight was so fast that he wasn't able to transform. But, I don't know. Let me know what you think, if you think this fight was fun or anything. Again, I don't really think it shook up the meta by any way, but it'll just be another, little fun showcase stage, or you potentially bring some weaker teams in here to see if they will really struggle. I think movie bosses right now would struggle against a fight like this, but that's just because Broly's team hasn't gotten any help. Once we get like Int Broly's easy A's, some super easy A's, like the part 2 sub easy A's, everything like that, I do feel like there will be, that'll probably be like the best team of the game, honestly. I feel like it might be able to rival superheroes just with how powerful and dominant Broly is and all the other units, because Movie Bosses really hasn't been buffed. Crazy to think that it hasn't really been buffed since all the way back during the Worldwide Download Celebration 2 years ago when we had the Cooler Celebration. Now, I know you can say that we had like Turtles and everything, but those weren't like really like full out celebrations like how we have now. Like Topo Celebration really like buffed the entirety of Special Pose. This is like, I'm imagining that Movie Bosses is going to get that exact same treatment. So that's actually very good. I'll have some fun with the team for sure. But that's going to be all for this time, guys. So as always, I've been the Sweet Bro 27, and I am signing off.